Libra, and welcome to your February 2022 predictions reading. So lovely to have you here. Now I'm going to just introduce today's reading just so you know what you can expect. I will be starting your reading off with an oracle card from my Gem Oracle deck. This oracle card will tell us the main theme that you can expect to experience in the month ahead. We're then going to be clarifying with tarot, and I will also be doing a quick check-in to see what you can expect when it comes to love as well. Now, really quick, if you cross-watch, that's fine. No tea, no shade. It's all good. I've done that too. But I need you to know that I'm a very honest tarot reader, okay? So if you see or hear something that you don't like, then that's completely on you, sweet pea. You have been warned. Now, let's have a look at the main theme that you can expect to experience in the month of February. What can group Libra, oh my days, I'm so used to doing pick a group readings. What can Libra expect to experience in the month of February 2022? What can Libra expect to experience in the month of February? We have rock crystal over here. Can we please focus? Rock crystal. So listen, this is interesting because it is an air card. In this deck, rock crystal is associated with the throat chakra. We have this yoga pose over here. We've got the air element, and we also have Gemini and the number 15. So rock crystal is a very thought-provoking card. It's kind of like a, for me in this deck anyway, it's a card that emulates this idea of gathering information in order to come to a decision about something. It's very much about looking at the possible solutions to the problems you're facing and understanding what you need to do in order to work through. So it is sometimes about speaking up and raising your opinions or your concerns in a situation in order to really address problems and challenges head on. And sometimes it's about seeking counsel, advice, or communication from people to better understand a situation, right? Say somebody else comes to you and says, so-and-so did this and it was horrible and now I'm very upset, and it's like, it's very emotional, but you need to kind of tell that person, okay, I'm going to talk to so-and-so as well to see exactly why they did this. And that's what the rock crystal is about. It's like, okay, somebody's come to you with this challenging situation, but what else do you need to do in order to get a better understanding of what happened in this situation? So as a theme for February, it feels like you're either going to be mitigating or mediating situations or challenges, or you're being called to really question the information that comes your way and to make sure that you are gaining enough information to understand how to work through your challenges. It's very possible that you're going through changes in February that require big picture solutions, you know, like you shouldn't just be dealing with the crisis as it evolves. It's like, well, no, how can we address this issue long term so that it doesn't happen again? How can we look at the long-term solution so that we're dealing with this situation once and for all? That's what it kind of feels like for you, Libra. So let's get some tarot out here to clarify and to get very specific predictions for you. What is Libra experiencing? That makes a lot of sense. We have the King of Wands reversed. Somebody's pissed. Sorry for swearing, but somebody is angry, upset. And the Three of Swords in the upright. This could be why. It either is an issue that's affecting you or somebody else's issues are affecting you. The Three of Swords is the notorious heartbreak card, so I'm not even going to hold you. That is an intense situation, but when fueled with the anger of the King of Wands reversed, it does seem like you're in a challenging situation where plans have changed, and you need to consider your options moving forward. This could be a situation that evokes jealousy or spite or bitterness and anger as the primary emotion, but I see that the solution involves you keeping an open mind and focusing on how you can move forward. Like, that is the solution here. The situation is just like, if you want to, you could get petty, absolutely, but it feels like you really need to start asking questions and examining your options moving forward. So Spirit, what is Libra experiencing in February? What is Libra experiencing in February? Okay, that didn't flip over, so we're going to shuffle it back in. What is Libra experiencing in February, Spirit? What is Libra experiencing in February? Thank you. We have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse position. I'm not going to hold it on an angle so you can actually see it. There we go. This is a crow. Wisdom. Blocked wisdom. Spirit, what is Libra experiencing in February? Impatience. It could just be as simple as that. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse position as well. Cross desires. Okay, so back of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. So there's this nostalgia and this desire to heal, and I'm hearing make up for lost time, holding on to memories as well. It's very possible that you've got someone in your life who you really love and cherish, but whatever is going on with them is starting to affect you as well. Now, it feels like a lot of this has to do with a sentimental attachment to someone that is causing you a lot of distress. Now, I think whatever challenges you're going through, you're more than capable to overcome them, but it does feel like you need to give yourself enough time to deal with your emotional response to the situation as well as your logical response to the situation, because you are an air sign, but you're being confronted with situations that, you know, once you have a sentimental attachment, the primary feeling is going to be an emotional response, you know, and then once you let that subside, you will be able to kick into your problem solving, beautiful, bigger picture mind. But I see over here in the first week of February, there is a change of plans here that's going to cause you to either think of creative solutions to kind of figure out what you need to do, or it makes you it puts you in this energy where you need to be patient and you have all of this anticipation and buildup of energy that is very hard to keep still. It's almost like this is turning into it's misdirected energy. It's like a bubbling pot that is boiling over, right? And instead of having the opportunity to take it off the stove, we have to leave it there and figure out how to deal with the bubbles and the boiling. So there's a lot of energy here building in your first week that needs to be directed and given a positive outlet. Otherwise, I see you getting into low energies, low moods that really pull you into petty paths, okay? I've got to be honest. It feels like this is a change of plans that requires, or a change of direction that requires like a creative solution and you really thinking quickly. And it's something that you're good at doing. Like, it's not something that should feel second nature to you, but it is so easy instead to get angry and to feel spiteful and to feel bitter and to get too emotionally invested in that change rather than focusing on how you can move forward. So I do think with this King of Wands reversed, it could be that you're dealing with someone who is just indecisive and unable to commit themselves to any one thing, and it's causing a lot of friction for you and your plans as well, because you're like, well, what do I do then? How do I plan based on an energy that can't settle? You know, that's what it feels like. Now, moving into the second week of February with the Three of Swords, it feels like there's a situation evolving that is trying to expand your way of thinking, because either this wasn't it, okay? It wasn't supposed to happen like this, and it needed to change. It needed to grow, it needed to adapt, it needed to evolve in terms of your way of thinking. But in order for that to happen, there is pain there, because there's this hard realization of, goodness, I've got to let go of this, and I've got to keep an open mind and continue moving forward. For some of you, this is literally going to break your heart and be very difficult to, like a hard pill to swallow. But for most of you, this is simply about keeping an open mind, right? This being aware of the bigger picture, getting that right information for yourself, and understanding that this change is actually helping you evolve and grow, and realizing that you have other options as well, like your theme was saying. Realizing that you don't have to settle for this pain, you just need to start asking questions and observing things in a way where, okay, now I know, know, I have other options, other choices. There are other things that are worth my time, energy, and focus right now. That second week is going to be challenging. Some sort of communication is going to be very difficult for you to hear. And I think that you don't need to make a decision right then and there, but it is important that you give yourself time to have that emotional response as well as that logical response, right? So don't act impulsively when that happens. This could be communication that comes to you in like a very half-assed way as well, for lack of a better word, like somebody sending you a text instead of giving you a call, you receiving a bill via letter instead of email, and all of a sudden you're 2 weeks late. You know, whatever this is, it can be resolved. We've just got to give ourselves enough time to deal with that initial feeling of like, oh my God, this is horrible. And then tune into that logical response of, okay, well, what can I do to fix this situation? Or how can I move forward from this situation? What are my options here? Because you do have options. That's the thing about the Three of Swords. As painful as it is, once we deal with that pain and focus more on the situation, we're realizing that we're given opportunities from it. With the Three of Swords, it's a mind expanding experience. So over here with the Seven of Pentacles, it does feel like there's something in that third week of February that you're very impatient about, and it's something that is testing your learning. It's like it's targeting a lesson that you've already learned about patience and why good things take time, and why when you rush something or when you only, you know, force it to happen a certain way, you're going to compromise the quality of the outcome. You're going to either lessen the quality of work, or you're going to get an outcome that you wish you had waited for instead. So that third week, it's like you want something impulsively to be over with. You're really rushing things, and you're going to receive a lesser quality because of that. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is also just kind of a culmination of the start of your month. You know, you had all of this and now it's building into that. So your frustration over here is actually a result of this change of plans, this hard pill to swallow, and now you looking at your resources and going, why is nothing going my way? Why can't I have this? Why can't I have that? Why is it taking so long? Why do I have to repeat these things over and over again? The truth of that Seven of Pentacles is it does feel like you need to kind of appreciate how you should be focusing on other areas of your life, or investing the right amount of time and effort into those long-term goals in order to get those long-term results. Instant gratification is going to lead to instant results that do not have long-standing effects, if that makes sense. And you're really going to realize that in that third week of February, whether you're looking at your work situation, your finances in general, or a relationship with someone that you've been trying to build more stability with. It feels like this financial goal or this desire for long-term growth is being thwarted by this craving for instant results. So we're going to realize that in that third week of February. Now over here in the fourth week of February, it feels like with this Two of Cups reversed, your month has a lot of pressure on you, and it feels like you need strong people around you who can support you, your vision, and your need for answers. And if they can't, then it's really going to impact your relationships. People who are emotionally dependent on you are going to start to feel like you aren't really meshing well, because it's kind of like you're starting to bring those burdens into your relationships. That third week in particular, there's cross desires here with a loved one, and I do think that you're going to say or do things that you regret, and I think that you could use that as an opportunity, even if it starts as an argument, use it as an opportunity to get on the same page with them. Share to them what you've been going through and that you've had a difficult month. Let them share with you that they've been going through difficult stuff as well, and they didn't mean to, you know, for this to blow up like that. Really use that fourth week, whatever happens with that loved one, use it as an opportunity to get back on the same page with them, to connect with them emotionally, and for the two of you to understand what you're going through and where you're coming from. Because I do think that it's a misunderstanding, and it's all about seeing eye to eye and getting on the same page, because there is so much love here. I do sincerely think that you have a soulmate in your life in February who is trying to understand your situation and who you are very sentimentally attached to. And maybe you're just trying to hold face and show face, like not try to be too overwhelmed, but it will build until you inevitably need to express what you're going through in order to strengthen that relationship rather than fracture it. So let's have a look at your love. Speaking of, what can Libra expect to experience in February when it comes to love? What can Libra expect to experience in February when it comes to love, Spirit? The Ace of Pentacles reversed. One of the other air signs got this as well. What can Libra expect to experience in the month of February when it comes to love, Spirit? Stop. You air signs are getting all your cards today. We have the Two of Swords and we have the Lover's Card. So yeah, we have a lover here who's been a bit selfish. This could be them at the start of the month changing their plans on us. Maybe you plan to spend a romantic time together and all of a sudden they got to do this instead and you're very frustrated by it. But you are being called to be patient and to know where you stand in your relationship based on how you feel for them and how you intuitively feel for them. It feels like many of you are dealing with someone who you genuinely are thinking like, this is my person, this is a divine connection, we're meant to be in each other's lives, but for whatever reason it's just not going the way that you expected it to at the start of the month. So I do see a main theme here of selfishness playing off at the start of the month specifically, and you're being called to, instead of like, pushing that onto them, take that energy back for yourself. How can you be selfish for yourself then as well in order to get what you physically need when it comes to love and romance? Now, the second card here with the Two of Swords, it feels like you need to make a decision with your relationship. And you're at a crossroads, you're confused, there could be fear linked with this decision or just a lack of understanding of how this is going to logistically work moving forward. Like maybe your relationship is going to the next level. How is that going to work? What's that going to look like for you and them? And I do think that this is something that you shouldn't rush, especially if you've had this minor setback or this minor pitfall here. You should not make a decision based on this negative feeling. Let yourself sort of sit with the information, let yourself gather more information, and then make a decision once that primary feeling of anger or resentment has waned, because you don't want to make a decision based off the wrong emotion, right? And likewise, that you don't want to make a decision out of fear either. So we also see with the Lover's card, you eventually making a decision that is empowering and that feels like the right thing for you. And I think communication here is really key. Communication is going to help get you on the right page with whoever you're dealing with and get you on the right page with yourself. In order to understand, you may need to give yourself time to understand your feelings better and to really tap into the ideas that you want for yourself when it comes to love and relationships. If you're dealing with someone, you and your partner do need time to check in with yourselves to understand what you want from the relationship moving forward. You need to be very patient with yourself because what you're going through with your partner initially feels like a setback, like a lost opportunity, but it is actually an opportunity to develop the relationship in other ways. If you're single, you start the month feeling very bitter towards love, and then you realize you have choices, you have options when it comes to love and the things that you can do in order to get what you want out of love and out of relationships. So to be patient with yourself in the month of February when it comes to love, and I see you ending the month feeling more empowered about your decision-making process and what you can do in terms of your choices when it comes to love as well. So Libra, that's what I see for you in the month of February. You've been a long reading, my longest one yet. So it's been a pleasure reading for you. I wish you a prosperous and abundant month ahead. I will be doing an update reading throughout the month, like midway. I don't know what theme I want to do yet though, whether I want to do this again or whether I want to focus on a theme in particular. So if you have a suggestion, please comment down below, let me know, and I shall connect with you very, very soon. Bye.